Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. She rule royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit.
Shalawam, shalawam, sisters. Shalawam. Come on in. Shalom, shalom. Come on in, Shebrews, with your beautiful royal selves. Come on in. Come on in. How are we doing today? Come on in. As you come in, please do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let others know that we are live. Sister Habkarad, welcome, welcome. Shalawam, good to see you. As usual, you are here on time, as usual. Who else is in the house? Please drop a comment in the comment box for me. Let me know that you are here and that you are ready for this show tonight. Come on, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation tonight. We've got busy work to do tonight. So I hope that you all are prepared. I hope you're prepared because we've got a lot to discuss tonight. As you can see, I am dressed for the occasion once again. I am dressed for the occasion again. Are you all dressed for the occasion? Are you here for this wilderness preparation party? Are you here for the wilderness preparation party? Because I am. I am getting ready. I am getting prepared. This is my, I guess, my dress rehearsal, right? This is a dress rehearsal, so let's get this party started. So before we go any further, as we do every Sunday, let us give a huge shout out and applause to the Almighty AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews, in the name of his Son, YASHAYA HaMashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, right? And the Holy Spirit, RAWACH QADASH. Let us give them a huge applause for everything that they do, bringing us back together another Sunday. I mean, what a blessing. What a blessing it is to be back here another Sunday. You know, we can't take anything for granted, all right? So this is huge. I am your hostess, Kwala Yakaka, and I humbly thank you for joining me on this broadcast today. Welcome, welcome. So come on in, hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's just have this conversation. So sisters, how was your week? How was your past week? I pray that you all had a very blessed and productive week. and a restful and edifying Shabbat. How was the Shabbat? Here we had rain, and it was so refreshing. Oh my goodness gracious, we're still having some rain, and I am really loving it. I'm really loving this rain right now because we need it. Sister Helcora says that you look ready. Says, Con, I am getting there. I am getting ready. Yes. I'm just here playing dress up for now, right? Having my, like I said, my dress rehearsal. Yeah. So yeah, let's get this party started. We are here another Sunday, another week. What a blessing. What an absolute blessing it is. But it's so good to see you all again. And like I said, for those of you that are here and you haven't dropped me a comment in the comment box yet, please do that. Let me know you're here. All right. But before moving forward in this discussion, let's get these disclaimers out of the way. Let me start by saying that tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And we get it. We understand it's not meant to be. But if you happen upon this channel and you realize that you don't agree with our lifestyle or belief, that's okay too. I encourage you to just keep searching YouTube, because I'm sure that if you continue to do so, eventually you will find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. And you owe that to yourself. What we ask is that you not leave any derogatory comments or statements in the comment box. And we thank you in advance, and we wish you well on your search. However, if you're not quite sure, you may just want to stick around and see if we're your cup of tea. And who knows, you may just decide that you like what Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty has to offer. So thank you very much. And like I said, we wish you well on your search. Yes, sis, I love the rain. I love the rain. Yeah. And after the rain, everything just, the air just usually seems so fresh, and so everything seems so much cleaner. And yeah, and eventually we're going to have green grass again and all of that. So yeah, we need the rain. We need to, for food to grow, right? We need for the herbs to grow. We need the animals to have water to drink. We need water to drink. And so, yeah, we welcome the rain. Also, although I am a licensed physician assistant, functional nutrition informed professional, CPR and BLS, and wilderness first aid instructor, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcast, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems, please consult your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are those of myself or my guest, and not those of any particular church or organization. Some videos and materials may feature foods, herbal teas, nutritional supplements, and skin or hair care products offered through Shebrew Royalty LLC. These products are not evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results may vary, and individuals with allergies, underlying health conditions, or who are pregnant or nursing should consult a qualified health professional before using any product or adopting any wellness recommendation shared on this platform or the Shebrew Royalty LLC website. By watching this channel, you acknowledge and agree that you do so at your own risk. The creators, guests, and affiliates of this channel are not liable for any injury, loss, or damage allegedly arising from any information, suggestions, or practices shared here. So let's talk about our featured product. Every week we feature a product from our Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures or Hebrew Royalty product lines. We have so many items to choose from, and these are all organic products, and sometimes it is very difficult to choose. However, tonight's featured product is handcrafted, once again, specifically for our Shebrew royalties by Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures collection. So let's talk about the Temple Treasures collection if you're not already familiar with the product line. So I am going to get the website up here. Every week we do this because we want to keep you all in the loop. We must keep you in the loop. So here we are. We are actually on, let me just jump over to the homepage real quick. ShebrewRoyalty.com. Here we are. And on the homepage, we have our story. Please take some time. If you haven't been to this website previously, please take some time to just peruse and see what we have to offer. Here's a link to our Shebrews royalties, our Temple Treasures, and our Hebrew royalty collection. So we're going to jump right over here to Temple Treasures, since this is what we're featuring tonight. So always remember, sisters, your skin is your temple. You are to honor it and treasure it with the luxury it deserves. Temple Treasures is a handcrafted, all-natural skincare line inspired by ancient, traditional beauty practices and designed for the modern queen, infused with powerful botanicals, rare essential oils, and nutrient-rich ingredients. Our products nourish, restore, and elevate your glow. From the radiant facial scrubs to indulgent bath soaks, each formula is a sacred self-care experience because true beauty isn't just skin deep, it's a reflection of the divine within. So we want you to experience Temple Treasures where skincare meets ancient tradition. So I encourage you to begin your skincare journey to outer radiance and beauty now. And let's go to our featured product of the night. We're going to scroll through here, and it's actually one of our luxurious bath soaks. So let us see, which shall it be? Shall it be the Sweet Spring Grapefruit Restorative Mineral Immersion? No, not tonight. Royal Renewal Bath Soak, Sacred Glow Bath Soak, Royal Awakening Bath Soak. Let's keep scrolling. Regal Royalty Bath Soak, or is it the luxurious lavender bath soak? Voila, here it is. The luxurious lavender bath soak, which is for deep relaxation, muscle relief, and temple renewal. The common essence of lavender with rich mineral salts and botanicals is perfect for a soothing self-care practice before bed or deep relaxation. And I don't know if any of you have tried our luxurious lavender bath soap, but it's exactly that. It is luxurious. And oh my goodness, the aroma. If you love lavender, you're really going to love this product. The essential oils are lavender, ylang ylang, and frankincense. So let's go over to the store here. And you can see exactly where to go should you choose to purchase this amazing product. You come here to store, and then you go to Temple Treasures. And you just kind of scroll through the Temple Treasures products until we get to what we're looking for. Where are we? Are we on page 2? There we go. Is that the body butter or the... There we go. Our luxurious lavender bath soak right here. With purple Brazilian clay and jojoba oil. Actually, I will update this label because I have dropped the jojoba oil, um, I mean, it is so delicious with the that's that's the way I can describe it with the jojoba oil because it makes your skin so nice and soft. But I find that it stores so much better and longer without the jojoba oil. So I would encourage you, um, if you purchase one of the new formulas that does not have the jojoba oil, that when you use it, you can just sprinkle, put a few drops of jojoba oil in the bath water with this bath soak. And I am telling you something, your skin is going to love you. It is really going to thank you and love you. So here we are. And let's see, this is what it looks like with the purple Brazilian clay. Ay, ay, ay. We have magnesium flakes, Epsom salt, Dead Sea salt, organic lavender buds, colloidal oatmeal, and the Brazilian purple clay. And I am telling you, this is so, your skin just feels so amazing. And the aroma, you just don't want to get out of the tub. And when you get out, you're just so relaxed because it's lavender. Come on now. So this is our featured product of the night. If you haven't already tried this, please, I encourage you to do so. All right. So who has tried? Is there anyone out there that have tried this product, the luxurious lavender bath soap? Sister Belinda, Shamira, welcome, welcome. Shalawam, sis. Shalawam. Welcome. It is so good to see you all. Thank you for showing up and showing out. The water. So, all of that being said, sisters, what time is it? You already know I'm going to ask you, what time is it? Because I know you know what time it is right now. What time is it? Well, it's tea time, of course. Of course it is. So, how are you celebrating tea time? What are you sipping on right now? What are you sipping on? Come on, talk to me. What is your cup of tea? Or are you having water? Or are you having some lemonade? What are you sipping on? I would like to know. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. What is your cup of tea or, drink of the night? What are you having? Talk to me. So before I reveal what I'm sipping on tonight, let's first talk about Shebrews royalties. So our royalties are exactly that, royal teas. Our royalties are a collection of organic, loose-leaf teas designed to promote inner healing and vitality. We believe that tea is more than a drink. It's a celebration of wellness, a moment of restoration, and a sacred connection to nature. Our handcrafted, all organic teas are intentionally blended using ancient herbal wisdom to nourish the body, calm the mind, and uplift the spirit. Whether you're seeking balance, energy, or deep relaxation, every sip is designed to support your well-being from the inside out. So we want you to experience the power of nature in every cup or glass, because true royalty starts with self-care. And most of our teas can be enjoyed either hot or cold as an iced tea. And once again, let's run over here to the website. And we're just going to jump over here and go to the teas so you can see what we're talking about here. So this is where you would go to see our Royal Teas menu for inner healing and vitality. And these are loose leaf, organic, caffeine-free herbal teas. And we have so many here. We have the Queen's Defense, elderberry tea and tonic. We have the healthy womb infusion, Hebrew royalty, femininity, masculinity, sacred calm herbal tea. Wow, we have a lot. Shebrews strength tonic tea, royal heart herbal tea, and we also have the sorrel royal tea bag. But tonight, my tea is not there on the menu. So what am I having tonight? So tonight I am having a delicious, delicious drink that I haven't had in a while. So during the winter months, I took a break from making what? Kombucha. I took a break from making kombucha. But guess what? I am at it again. So my drink of choice tonight is organic black and green tea kombucha, flavored with blackberries and fresh basil. And wow, here it is. Here it is. This is my drink of the night. And as a matter of fact, I still have some basil leaves in here. Oh my goodness. If any of you have had my kombucha, then I am sure that you're familiar with my kombuchas and how delicious they are. They are so delicious. And I don't say that because I make them. I'm saying that just because they are. They speak for themselves. So Sister Belinda says moringa and mint tea. Oh, yay. That sounds good. That sounds delicious, says moringa and mint tea. Yay. And of course, it's packed with antioxidants. Yes, absolutely. Are you having it hot or cold? More than likely hot, correct? So yeah, this is my drink of the night. It is the blackberry, fresh organic blackberries and fresh basil kombucha, black and green tea blend. And for those of you that aren't familiar with kombucha, I'm going to show a video right now. And this video is by Healthline, and it is the top health benefits of kombucha. Let's watch this video. And just a short video. Let's learn about the top health benefits of kombucha.
Kombucha is a fermented tea that originated in China or Japan, and it's been consumed since ancient times. In this video, we'll look at 4 of its top health benefits based on scientific evidence. Kombucha is a rich source of probiotics. Kombucha is made by adding specific strains of bacteria, yeast, and sugar to either black or green tea, and then allowing it to ferment for a week or more. During this process, the bacteria and yeast form a mushroom-like blob on the surface, which is why kombucha is also known as mushroom tea. This blob is actually a living symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, or a SCOBY, and it can be used to ferment new kombucha. This is what kombucha looks like. The fermentation process produces vinegar and several other acidic compounds, trace amounts of alcohol, some gases that make it carbonated, and a large amount of probiotic bacteria. Probiotics provide your gut with healthy bacteria, which can improve many aspects of health, including digestion, inflammation, and even weight loss. Now, for this reason, adding probiotic foods like kombucha to your diet can improve your health in many ways. Kombucha contains the antioxidant benefits of green tea. Green tea contains many bioactive compounds, including polyphenols, which act as powerful antioxidants in the body. Now, this is what makes green tea one of the healthiest beverages on the planet. Kombucha made from green tea has many of the same chemical properties and therefore many of the same health benefits. Studies show that drinking green tea regularly can increase the amount of calories you burn, reduce belly fat, help with blood sugar control, and may even reduce your risk of certain cancers. Kombucha may reduce heart disease risk. Heart disease is the world's leading cause of death. Rat studies find that kombucha can greatly improve two markers of heart health, LDL and HDL cholesterol, in as little as 30 days. Now, even more importantly, tea, especially green tea, protects LDL cholesterol particles from oxidation, which is thought to contribute to heart disease. In fact, green tea drinkers have up to a 31% lower risk of developing heart disease, a benefit that should also be seen from drinking kombucha. Kombucha may help manage type 2 diabetes. A study in diabetic rats found that kombucha slowed down the digestion of carbs, which reduced blood sugar levels. It also improved liver and kidney function. Kombucha made from green tea is likely even more beneficial because green tea has been shown on many occasions to improve blood sugar levels. In fact, a review study of almost 300,000 individuals found that green tea drinkers had an 18% lower risk of becoming diabetic. So there you have it. Kombucha is a probiotic-rich tea with many health benefits. Now, you can make it yourself at home, but you have to be very careful how you prepare it. The much safer option is to purchase it in store. To learn about additional kombucha tea benefits, be sure to click the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and a share, and be sure to subscribe to the Authority Nutrition YouTube channel for more videos like this.
Awesome. So there you have it. 4 of the health benefits of kombucha. Who is a kombucha drinker out there? Sister Habkarad says, your products are blessed by the Most High. All praises to the Most High. The water says, I seriously don't use any other products except for the ones I use from you. They actually do what it says they will do. I am always excited for my next order. All praises to the Most High, sis. All praises. All praises. The water, sis. The water. And Shalawam, Sister Jazzy. Shalawam. So good to see you. Wow. Y'all are showing up and showing out tonight. All praises to the Most High. So yes, my glass of tea tonight is my black and green tea kombucha flavored with blackberries and basil, and just healthy and delicious. So this tea is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Always consult a qualified health professional before beginning any herbal regimen. Consult a healthcare professional if pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or under medical care. That being said, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are always notified when we go live. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Shebrews Royalty LLC. Now, without further ado, what time is it? It is now what? It's showtime. And not at the Apollo, but right here on Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty. So shalom again, Royal family. Welcome back to Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty, where ancient wisdom meets modern wellness, and we honor the body as the sacred temple that it is. So welcome back, beautiful sisters, and welcome to episode 2 of Woman, Wilderness, and Wisdom, episode 2. So in our first episode, we talked about the mindset of survival. staying calm, thinking clearly, and understanding the first priorities that can save your life in an emergency. Tonight, we are building on that foundation with something very practical and very important: what every woman should pack for a wilderness emergency. And this is so important because you know how we as women, I mean, if we're going away for 2 days, we have 12 suitcases, right? Because we have to we have to have a change of clothes for this and a change of clothes for that. And what if this happens or what if that happens? So we already know how to pack. But what we're talking about tonight is, what are the essentials? What do we really need for a wilderness emergency? Because we can't, honestly, we can't drag 12 suitcases to the wilderness. We just can't. I mean, I guess we can go so far in a vehicle, but at some point we may have to ditch the vehicle and, you know, go the rest of the way by foot. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 bags is not going to cut it, right? So let's see, what are the important stuff that we need to think about, right? So now when people hear the words emergency pack or survival gear, they sometimes imagine something big, bulky, complicated, or expensive. But wilderness preparedness does not have to start that way. In fact, some of the most important items are simple, lightweight, and easy to carry. This episode is not about fear. Once again, it's about wisdom. It is about understanding that the right items packed ahead of time can help you stay safe, buy you time, and support your ability to think and act clearly if the unexpected happens. And that's what we have to do. We always have to expect the unexpected, especially in these times. So whether you enjoy hiking, nature walks, camping, solo travel, which I really, don't recommend, especially in these times, but some people do. Some people like going it alone, right? Road trips, or simply spending time outdoors with family, this episode is for you. Let's talk about what every woman should pack for a wilderness emergency. So one of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming they will only be outdoors for a short time. They think, I'm just going to go for a quick walk, right? No harm in that. I'm just going to go for a walk and I'll be back in an hour or so. It's only a short hike. I'm going to go hiking. I'll be out there for a couple of hours, maybe 3-4 hours. I'll be back before dark. And I don't need much. But emergencies do not ask how long you plan to be outside, do they? Do emergencies check in with you first and say, hey, are you prepared for me? I'm an emergency. I'm just checking to make sure you're prepared. If you're not, I'm going to come back later. No, emergencies just show up. They're not welcome. They're not invited, but they show up, right? So a twisted ankle can delay you. And this is why packing matters, right? Because you are not going to schedule a twisted ankle. You're not going to say, well, I'm going to go on this, this hike, and I plan to twist my ankle while I'm there. But although you're not planning for it, you still need to prepare just in case, right? So a twisted ankle can delay you. A wrong turn can confuse you. Sudden weather change it can change your whole situation. And, here in Texas, what I've come to realize is that, the weather can change, rapidly. We can go from really sunny to rain, and then after the rain, it's sunny again. You know, it can really fluctuate up and down, especially when I was in northern Texas. I was in northern Texas a while back, and oh my gosh, I'm telling you, some of the most bipolar weather that I have ever experienced was in northern Texas. Because in one day we can have a tornado warning, we can have hail falling from the sky, we can have rain, and then the sun comes out and everything is beautiful, like nothing ever happened. So sudden weather can change your whole situation. A dead phone can cut off communication. A delayed return can leave you out longer than expected. And we want to be prepared for that, especially if we end up being out after dark when we never intended for that to be the situation. So the purpose of emergency packing is not to weigh you down. The purpose is to prepare you for the possibility that your short outing may become a longer one. So when you pack wisely, you reduce panic, like we talked about in the last show. We don't want to panic, right? Preparedness helps us to avoid panic. You also increase options, and you give yourself tools that can make a meaningful difference when you pack for an emergency. Preparedness is not overreacting. It is what? It is stewardship. So let's begin with the core items that every woman should consider carrying, even on shorter outings. Even if this is a short little outing that you're going on, these are some of the core items that you need to think about carrying. So we're going to start with the essentials. Number one, water. Water is one of the most important things that you can bring. Dehydration affects your strength, focus, mood, and judgment. If you are walking, sweating, dealing with heat, or under stress, your body needs water even more. Carry more than you think you will need, especially in warm weather. It is better to come home with extra water than to wish you had packed more. So if you're going on a short trip and you don't want to carry a whole lot of, or a big, heavy 1 gallon bottle of water, I have an idea for you. How many of you have seen this little gadget right here? How many of you have seen this thing, this vest? Have you ever seen this vest? And what this is, it's a vest that has a pouch in here, a water pouch in here, and you fill it up with your water. You put it right in here. So this is just an idea of what you can do to cut down on the number of things that you have to have in your hand, right? And then you just slip it on. It's a vest. And you buckle it up, and here's your straw. And you just clip it over here, you button it up, clip it over here, and then you drink through your straw. And here you go. You're off and running. All right, so that's an idea for your water. So once again, there you go. Sister Habkara says, La'a, I need that. I will send you some info. Amazon, sisters, there you go. So that's an idea for the water. Wow, it looks like my light-in is off and on there. What is going on? Yeah, my light-in, it got really dark there for a minute. Okay, well, here we go again, right? We're just going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that. So yes, this will solve the water issue, right? Keep your hands free for other things. So number 2, a quick snack, a quick snack. Food is not your very first survival priority, as we discussed in the last show, but having a quick snack can help maintain energy, especially if you are delayed or physically stressed. Choose something that's easy to carry, something that's shelf stable, and something that gives you energy without requiring preparation. Maybe a protein bar, maybe a trail mix, something like that. A quick snack. And you want something that's healthy. You don't want something with empty calories. You don't want a bag of potato chips. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about something that has some substance to it. And like I said, a protein bar, maybe even some dehydrated fruits, some trail mix is really a good snack to take with you. Number 3, a flashlight or headlamp. So preferably, once again, a headlamp. And I did not bring mine. I did not put it out here. I have some gadgets here that I'm going to share with you all. But either a headlamp or a flashlight, right? Light matters. Even if you do not plan to be out after dark, you still want to have something like that with you in your emergency wilderness emergency kit, because delays happen. A flashlight or headlamp can help you see your surroundings, stay oriented, avoid injury, and signal for help. That light may be what you have to signal for help. A headlamp is especially useful because it keeps your hands free. So we have water, a quick snack, a flashlight or headlamp. Then number 4, a whistle. Who has thought about a whistle? A whistle is small, it's simple and powerful. Your voice can weaken quickly if you are calling for help, but a whistle carries farther and requires less energy. This is one of the easiest tools to add to your pack and one of the smartest. I don't have a whistle, but I have this. And I don't know if you all have seen these before. This is like a personal alarm. That's what this is right here. And I'm going to pull this little, I'm going to pull this out, right? And when I pull this out, the alarm is going to go off. So I want you all to hear what this may sound like. So don't be startled. And if you need help, this will definitely alert others, and they'll hear you, and more than likely you'll get some help. So let's do this. All right. So this is a personal alarm. So you can either get a whistle or something like that and carry with you. It's small, it's compact, and like I said, it's noisy, and it will do the trick. Number 5, a fully charged phone. You don't want to go on your hike with a phone that has a low battery. You don't want to do that. So a charged phone can help with communication, maps, emergency calls, weather checks, and location sharing. But never depend on your phone alone, right? Batteries die, signals drop, phones get damaged. Your phone is helpful, but it should not be your only plan. But it's good to have. It's better to have one that is fully charged and not need it than need one and not have one. So a fully charged phone. Number 6, a backup charging source. So even if your phone dies, if you're out there a lot longer than you anticipate, you should have a compact power bank. That can be a lifesaver if your phone battery begins to fail. This is especially helpful on longer outings or road trips. Always have an alternate way or backup source for charging your phone. All right. Now let's talk about items that protect your body from the environment and reduce the chance of small problems becoming larger ones. So a weather appropriate extra layer. So one of the easiest ways to get into trouble outdoors is underestimating the weather. And we just talked about the weather, right? Didn't we have a really nice family fun day planned for today? And what happened? The weather changed suddenly yesterday. When we made all those plans, the weather was really nice. And then suddenly, yesterday we had a downpour of rain, and then rain was predicted for today as well, which we've had. So like we said, one of the easiest ways to get into trouble outdoors is underestimating the weather. Imagine if we planned to go on an outing and we left 2 days ago and we were planning on being there for 5 days, and we did not have the appropriate extra layer for the rain that we've experienced these last couple of days. So always prepare for the unexpected, right? Temperatures can drop, wind can pick up, rain can move in. Even if it feels warm when you leave, conditions can change quickly. So an extra layer gives you warmth and protection. It can be as simple as a light jacket, long sleeve shirt, wrap, or packable outer layer, depending on the season. So I'm wearing an extra layer. I don't know if you all can see. I have a shirt underneath, a long sleeve shirt, and then I have another layer, on top. So if it gets too hot, I can always remove one of the layers. And if it gets chilly again, then I can put another layer on. And then also having a lightweight jacket or, a rain jacket really is smart as well. Number 8, an emergency blanket. A lightweight emergency blanket takes up very little space, but it can help reflect body heat and protect you from exposure. It is one of those items that seems unnecessary until the moment it becomes deeply valuable. So yeah, you may think, oh, I'm just going out for the day, and your trip ends up becoming an overnight one, and you have a chilly night and no blanket. So even just an emergency blanket, very, very important and smart. Number 9, good shoes. Good shoes. Oh my goodness. A good pair of shoes cannot be underrated. I'm telling you. Your shoes are part of your emergency preparation, whether you think of them that way or not. Weak, slippery, or uncomfortable shoes can lead to falls, blisters, ankle injuries, and poor footing. So appropriate footwear supports stability and endurance. Invest in a good pair of walking shoes, even if it's, a pair of boots, even if it's just a short boots, but something that fits well. You don't want these shoes to be too large or too tight, uncomfortable, slippery soles. No, you need a really good pair of walking shoes. Then number 10, sun protection. Protection from the sun matters more than people may realize. A hat. Here I am. I told you this is my dress rehearsal, right? Let's not forget the sunglasses. For those that use sunscreen, don't forget your sunscreen or light protective clothing can help prevent overheating, fatigue, and sun-related illnesses. In hot areas, shade and sun protection are not small things. They're a part of survival. So you may not think that you may need a hat or even your sunglasses. These are really important. All right, so far, let's see what we've talked about so far. We've had the water, quick snack, flashlight or headlamp, a whistle or some other form of alarm, a fully charged phone, a backup charging source for your phone, weather appropriate extra layer, an emergency blanket, good shoes, sun protection. All right, now let's talk about first aid basics. We've been talking about first aid a lot lately, and it's so important that we always keep that to, in the forefront, because first aid, it's called first aid for a reason. A lot of times, if you perform first aid, you may not even need to go to another level, right? Because it's handled well. So you don't need to carry a huge medical bag to be prepared. A small first aid kit can go a long way. So a couple of weeks ago, we had a series titled Nature's First Aid Kit. So we talked about how to either make some of these items or purchase items for our Nature's First Aid Kit. But we need to talk about some other items that will be necessary in order to complete or enhance your first aid kit. Because although we went over Nature's First Aid Kit, those were good for bandages and to stop bleeding and for rashes and so on. But there are other things that are necessary for our first aid kit. So a basic first aid kit, excuse me, this can include bandages, gauze, antiseptic wipes, blister care. Excuse me for a second. Wow, out of the blue. Oh my goodness, I have a tickle in my throat. Sister Diane says, "Sis, I heard your alarm, so I'm here." All praises, sis. Welcome. Shalawam. Shalawam. So let's talk about the basic first aid kit. And this is in addition to, or yes, to enhance our Nature's First Aid Kit that we started a couple of weeks ago. So this can include bandages, gauze, antiseptic wipes, blister care, pain relief, if appropriate for you. And some of the pain relief that we discussed was also in our Nature's First Aid Kit. And any personal items you may need regularly. So let's say that you happen to be someone that take medications for whatever reason it may be. If you are going on even a one-day hike, it is important that if there's a medication that you take on a regular on a daily basis, that you carry some of that medication along with you, as we said, in case you're delayed. You may be there for a day or two, and without that medication, that can turn into a really big deal, right? So even a minor cut or blister becomes more serious when left untreated outdoors. So we want to always be prepared, once again, for the unexpected. And this leads me into the personal medications. If you require medication for allergies, asthma, blood sugar, pain, or any other personal needs, do not assume that you can go without it just because the outing is planned for as a short outing. Emergency preparation must include what your own body may need. So your first aid kit will look totally different from someone else's. We cannot expect to have a cookie cutter type of first aid kit. Your first aid kit needs to be personalized to your use. Sister Diane says, also for clothing, an extra pair of cotton or wool socks, keeping one's feet dry and warm, is also a key to survival. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially it doesn't matter what the weather, because in hot weather, your feet can sweat a lot, and all of that moisture, before you know it, you have a fungal infection, and the same thing with wet weather. If you're walking in shoes that it's not water resistant, water repellent, and those shoes get wet, and now your socks are soaked, your feet are soaked, that is a recipe for a really bad situation. I've seen a lot of what we call trench foot, which is a really, really bad fungal infection on the foot. So we want to keep our feet dry and clean, and an extra pair of socks. That's an excellent idea, sis. The water. And then number 13, insect protection. Depending on where you are, bug bites can be more than an annoyance, right? They can affect comfort, focus, and safety. In some areas, insect protection is an important part of preparation. Remember, when we go to tabernacles, we encounter all kinds of stuff out there: scorpions and ants, fire ants, mosquitoes. I mean, some places we're talking about snakes, and so yeah, you always have to be prepared in for these type of situations. So speaking of first aid basics, let me show you some of the stuff that I have for first aid. Let's talk first aid. And just because of the nature of what I do, my first aid bag is not real tiny, right? And I keep these bags. I actually have 2 bags that I keep in my car. So here's one of my bags, and this bag in particular, I have, of course, my stethoscope. You may not need this, but I do. I have a glucometer, just in case. Although I don't need this, I may come across someone that is dealing with blood sugar issues, whether their blood sugar is too high or too low, and we need to check the blood sugar. So I have that here. Of course, my blood pressure cuff, blood pressure monitor. So there's a lot in this particular bag, right? These are just some of the things that are in here. And I carry this bag around with me just because I, being a CPR, not only instructor, but I'm certified to perform CPR should the need arise. And one of the other things is to be able to identify someone that may have overdosed on opioids or what have you. So I carry a Narcan nasal spray just in case I come across someone with that issue. Gloves, tape, an asthma inhaler. So my bag is going to look totally different from your bag. And I also have here a CPR mask in case I have to perform CPR. So this is one bag. And in the bottom of this bag also, I have my maps. And we talked last week about maps, right? Didn't we talk about maps last week, about going to AAA and getting maps because you just may need a map? So here are my maps, right? I have my map of Texas. Believe it or not, I have the United States, I have Mexico and the Caribbean, and all of these I got from AAA. Italy, Austria, and Switzerland, you never know. I may end up in Italy, Switzerland, Austria, one of those places. Spain and Portugal, Greece, Hungary, and Adriatic coast, and a map of Europe. So, hey, you never know. But I stay prepared. I stay prepared, sisters. I'm not telling you to get a map for all of those places, but you never know. And this is also to help with someone that is choking, especially a child. This works wonders to help someone that is choking. So if you know how to do the Heimlich maneuver, that is great too, but this works fantastic. And what else do I have here? All right. So that's that bag. And then this is my second bag, bag number 2. Bag number 2. And this is where I have like my bandages, suture material, let's see here. This is for bites, insect bites, snake bites, scorpion bites. There's a lot. Calamine lotion. Let's not forget our insect repellent. This one is lemon and eucalyptus. So there's a lot of stuff here. So like I said, my first aid kit is going to look different from yours. Sting kill. This helps after you've been bitten to help relieve some of the pain. And so on and so forth. I have a splinting kit here in case someone has a twisted or broken ankle or bone, right? So I'm able to splint them. So those are my 2 bags. So those are the bags that I keep in my car. So for you, whatever you feel comfortable with, I would suggest that you carry your bag in your car as well. Let's see. Zaquala, what about an EpiPen or Benadryl? That would be for each individual. If someone knows that they have severe allergies, anaphylaxis, if they get bitten by they really do need to talk to their doctor so that they can always have an EpiPen on them. But that is by prescription only. So if you know that you have severe allergies and which requires you to carry an EpiPen, don't ever leave home without your EpiPen. Don't ever leave home without your albuterol or your asthma medication, your asthma pump if you are asthmatic. And each individual knows what condition they're dealing with. And if you need life-sustaining medications, by all means, you have to carry that with you. Even if you're just leaving the house to go to the store, right? You should have your emergency medication on you. And that's what we were talking about. If you require medications for allergies, asthma, blood sugar, pain, or any other personal need, you know exactly what you need. You need to have that in your kit. Actually, you should carry that on your person at all times. Do not assume that you can go without it. Oh, I'm just going to go to the store for a minute. Yeah, a lot can happen. You can get stung by a bee. You can have an asthma attack out of the blue, right? So emergency preparation must include what your own body may need. And you said due to bee stings or some ingredients in their energy bar. Yeah. So once again, if you know that you are allergic to nuts, it is your responsibility to read every label of whatever food that you are putting in your body, whatever you're consuming. If you are aware that you have severe allergies and you may have an anaphylactic reaction to whatever it may be. So for some people it's seafood, some people it's nuts. Please do not take that lightly. Always carry your medication on you, your life-sustaining medication. The water says. So now let's move into a few simple tools that can help you if conditions become more serious. So a lighter or fire starter. You must carry a lighter on you. Fire can provide warmth, comfort, and a way to signal for help as well. It is not always necessary and is not always safe to use depending on fire conditions. Right? You have to be very careful when using fire. Very, very careful. I don't know how much to stress that, because let's say it's really windy outside and you decide, oh my gosh, I'm cold, and you light a fire and that wind comes and next thing you know, wow, that fire can spread. And before you know it, acres and acres are being burned down. We hear about this all the time. So fire is nothing to play around with, right? But you should have the ability to create heat should you need it, especially if you are able to find a way to contain that heat. So a lighter or fire starter. A map or offline directions. And we just went over the maps. Go into AAA and getting a map, or just buying one, an atlas or something in the store. But you do need to have a map, and our GPSs may not be, reliable. So we have to think about that. These electronic devices that we have, they're not meant to last. So we have to learn now alternate ways because we have become so accustomed to picking these things up and being able to use them for everything. And there's coming a time when we're not going to be able to rely on those. So we have to go back to the days of what worked back then, right? We didn't have these electronic devices, but we made our way around. I know I drove from one end of Europe to the next before these things were out. One end of Europe to the next, jumped on a ferry in Italy and went to Greece on the ferry. And then, from Germany all the way to Greece without one of these devices, right? Without a GPS. I did that with a paper map in a foreign country in Europe, right? But that was back in the day when we had the paper maps and we did what we had to do what we had to do to get around. And so we need to get back to that mindset where we don't have to rely on these things. So get a map and start becoming familiar with a paper map now. That's my advice. Yeah, so many people depend entirely on their phone for navigation, but signals disappear and batteries die. We just talked about that. If you're going somewhere unfamiliar, it is wise to have a printed map, saved route information, or offline directions available. Get a paper map, get a local paper map. And then also a small multi-tool or knife, right? So this is not about looking dramatic. It's about function. A small multi-tool can help with cutting, opening, repairing, and or adjusting things when needed. Keep it simple and practical. And the multi-tool that I have, praise the Most High, I haven't had to use it. I've had it in my kit for a while, for a few years, and I've never even opened it because I've never had to use it. However, and this one is an angler's multi-tool. And on here, it has an extra long nose pliers. It has an extended ruler. It has an extra sharp knife, a Phillips head screwdriver, a large flathead screwdriver, 3 wire strippers, heavy-duty cutters, curved dual serrated saw. So it has a saw on there. It has nail cleaner with small knife, hook sharpening file with scaler. Yeah, it's got a lot here. Can opener, a small flathead screwdriver. All of that in this one little tool kit right here. I don't know if you can see it. And once again, my my video has gotten really dark. The light keeps going in and out. But at least I'm not purple. At least I'm not purple. So this is a 7.5 inch Anglers, ANGLERS multi-tool with durable woven nylon belt holster. So it even comes with a belt holster to carry this tool, multi-tool. All right. So that's something else that you should have in your emergency kit. And number 17, a bright bandana, cloth, or reflective item can make you more visible to others. So a bright or reflective item. In an emergency, visibility matters. Rescue is easier when you can be seen. So if you want to get a bandana that's like a bright, orange or something that will stand out, or just a cloth or something that's reflective to make you more visible to others. So let's, most of the stuff that I've said so far goes for either, any gender, man or woman, but I want to talk specifically to women right now because we often carry bags already, right? Which means we may actually have more flexibility than we realize when it comes to preparedness. A small crossbody bag, Sister Diane, you are really good at carrying your crossbody bag, right? A backpack, a day pack, a tote, or a waist pack can hold a surprising number of essentials without feeling excessive. So if you have either of those, a crossbody bag, a day pack, a tote, or a waist pack. Remember back in the day, we used to have those, what they call the fanny packs, and we would put everything in there, right? especially us women, right? Because even men would use those fanny packs back in the day. I don't know what they carried in there. I think like cigarettes and that kind of stuff. But we would have our makeup in there, our lip gloss, our lipstick, our change purse, and so on and so forth. And yeah, but now we need to think about using something like that because I still have one of those waist pack. They used to call them a fanny pack back in the day. I have a backpack, I have a crossbody bag. And so one of these items you can also use to carry some of these smaller, lighter emergency items that we're talking about. So that would be a great way to carry your medications around. You know that this little fanny pack or this little crossbody bag or whatever it may be, this is my day pack. This is my pack that I will carry when I go to the store. It has all of my emergency essentials in it. Do not use your regular purse, your regular bag as your emergency bag. Have something specific for your smaller emergency items. Sister Diane says crossbody bags are the best as well as being fashion forward. Absolutely, sis. And you wear it well. You wear it well, right? So women should also think about personal needs with honesty and wisdom, right? You know what you need. You know what you need for your specific emergency. So if your body tends to get cold quickly, pack with that in mind. If you are managing menstruation, consider what extra items you may need. You'll need to make sure that you have what you need for that time, right? If you're traveling alone, which once again, I don't recommend, but it happens. I travel alone. I drive a lot of places by myself, right? We have to do what we have to do. But, there are risks that comes with that. And for those of us that travel alone and do a lot on our own, we really need to be cognizant of having our emergency supplies with us at all times. So if you're traveling alone, think about communication, visibility, and self-protection. Self-protection. Hey. Self-protection. Always have something to protect yourself. This is a taser. Enough said. Things are strange these days. People are weird these days. This has, a belt loop right here, so you can carry this on your hip, right? I also have pepper spray. I've thanked the Most High. Once again, I've never had to use my pepper spray, and I've never had to use this. But we have to be, especially as women, we have to be smart. We have to be wise. We have to use wisdom, and we have to be prepared. So if you don't already have one of these, get one. So yes, communication, visibility, self-protection, so important. If you're taking children with you, your pack will need to cover more than just your own needs. Now you need to think about the children's needs, right? And if each child, if the child has a specific condition that requires medication, once again, that has to be taken into consideration and make sure that those medications or whatever the case may be is in that bag for that child as well, or children. And snacks for the children as well, water for the children as well. So preparedness should be personalized for each individual that is traveling together, hiking together, right? Not every woman's pack will look exactly the same. It cannot, because we're not all exactly the same. Yes, we should all have basic, essential stuff, but personalize it based on your own needs as well. The point is not to copy someone else perfectly. The point is to think ahead about your own setting, your own body, and your own likely needs. Now that is wisdom. So we want to keep it simple and consistent. So one of the best things you can do is to create a simple emergency packing routine. Instead of trying to remember everything each time, build a habit. Keep your basics together. Like I said, my first aid bag stays in my car, in my trunk. And should I use something, I still have a stash of certain things here in the house. So if I go out there and I use some bandages or what have you, when I come home, I can now replenish that, right? So keep your basics together. Also have a small pouch or a kit ready to go. We just talked about the crossbody bag, the fanny pack, depending on what size you want, a backpack, a small backpack or something like that. Keep it in your day pack, your car, or travel bag, so it becomes part of how you move through the world. These are things that when stuff hits the fan, and if we have to make a quick get out of here kind of thing, you want to know where everything is at already, so you can just grab it and hit the road, Jack. You may need to have 2 packs. Like I said, I have 2 first aid kits that go in my car, but then we have the go bag, and that's a whole other story, right? The go bag is a whole other story. So, and some of this stuff can go in the go bag. So you may need to have, like I said, 2 packs, one for shorter trip use and the other for potentially longer trips. And that's where the go bag comes into play. So preparedness becomes easier when it becomes normal. So yeah, we want this to be normalized. This is how we should move. So we're not panicking. Right? So let's see, where am I? Packing routine. So once again, keep it simple and consistent. You don't need to become obsessed with gear. You don't need to buy everything all at once. Remember that. Just a little at a time, a little at a time. You do not need the most expensive tools. Start with the basics, build gradually, choose items you will actually carry. Choose items you will actually carry, not because it just looks good, oh, this looks, don't go according to how it looks. Will you actually carry it? Will you, or are you going to say, oh, that's too bulky, I have to leave that behind? Create a system that works for your real life. Because the best emergency kit is not the one that looks impressive, especially if you see it online and you're like, oh my gosh, that looks so great. It's the one that you actually have with you when you need it. So start creating your bag to specifically for your needs. So if you're wondering, oh my goodness, where do I begin with this? Where do I begin? Here's a very simple starting point. Water, a snack, and once again, the water right here to prevent you from having to carry, multiple bottled water, which can become really heavy. Start with something like this. You may want to have maybe a few gallon bottles in your car, in your trunk, that you can then use to refill this when this runs out, right? A snack, a flashlight or a headlamp, a whistle or some other form of alarm, a fully charged phone, a backup charger, a basic first aid kit, a lighter, an extra layer, an emergency blanket, a map or offline directions, a small multi-tool, sun protection, any medication, personal medication you need. And so that is a really good, strong, practical foundation. That's a really good place to start. And then you can build from there as your confidence grows and as your outings become longer. And like we know, we're planning for the long haul. So we have to start somewhere though, right? Our outings can become longer, farther away, or even more remote. So many of us have been working on preparation for quite some time and have a more extensive list, and we know what we're talking about. This list is by no means, this list that we're talking about today is by no means to replace your more elaborate go bag, but to evaluate from a more personal level and now see what items you may need to add to customize and personalize it. And also to just have, like we said, a bag that you may have just for going on a short hike, but which you don't know may end up being a little bit longer. So we went over my first aid bag, both of them. Has the pulse oximeter, glucometer, blood pressure monitor. If you are someone that deal with high blood pressure, you want to have a blood pressure monitor in your kit. If you're one that deals with diabetes or low blood sugar, for that matter as well, you should have a glucometer in your first aid bag, right? So we talked about some of the other gadgets such as the taser, the alarm, and then I also have, this is a portable shortwave radio. And this radio allows me to, and it doesn't require Wi-Fi. It doesn't require Wi-Fi. It's similar to a crank radio, but it's not. It will pick up so many channels. And what I love about this is that, it's it's clear when it picks up the channels, and you're able to hear weather reports and so on. I had it on the other day, and I was getting weather reports about the weather in San Diego, California. I'm like, whoa. And the speakers on here, it's really, really loud. So it can also be used, if you're just chilling and you want to listen to some music out there, what have you. It's really good for that. It has an area here to use headphones. It has a flashlight. It has a flashlight on here. So this little radio is a really good portable radio. And like I said, it also has a flashlight on here. It uses an antenna, right? So once again, if you're interested in any of these products, let me know. And there's one other thing that I really want to share with you all, and I'm going to pull that up online. Let me show you what it looks like here. And each and every one of us should have one of these, right? This right here is called a tiny survival guide. Tiny survival guide. And I don't want to open this and take it out, but when you unfold this tiny guide, it opens to about this big. And it's designed for, like it says, for everyday carry. It has here all of the, for traveling home. Oh boy, where are my glasses? Oh my goodness. But there's just so much in here, and I'm going to pull it up online for you to see it. But it goes over first aid, disaster, wilderness, self-defense, emergency, how to deal with a terrorist attack, tornadoes, how to deal in, function in an earthquake, how to survive emergencies. And all of that is on this one survival guide. And then this one is the ultimate survival tips. And I'm going to pull those up online so you can see what I'm talking about here. Give me just a second. So I'm going to show a video first, and this is about the tiny survival kit. Tiny survival guide.
Tiny Survival Guide is a treasure chest full of the life-saving tips, tactics, and skills you need to survive almost anything, all in a compact, credit card-sized micro guide at less than 1 ounce. Tiny Survival Guide is designed for everyday carry in your wallet, pocket, purse, pack, emergency kit, or glove box, so you can carry it everywhere, all the time. Inside, you'll learn how to survive wilderness mishaps, civil unrest, surprise attacks, natural disasters, nuclear, biological, and chemical events, abduction, hostage, and terror threats, active shooter situations, vehicle accidents, hiking, camping, and hunting emergencies, and a lot more. Packed with 175 expert tips, 101 detailed illustrations, 67 life-saving skills, 24 essential gear checklists, and 10 killer mistakes you must avoid. This is one tough guide. Designed in the USA and crafted in the UK, the Tiny Survival Guide is fashioned from hybrid, tear-resistant, and weather-repelling materials, found in some of the world's toughest wilderness maps. A great resource for almost anyone who doesn't want to be blindsided by the unexpected. The Tiny Survival Guide is perfect for folks who like to hike, camp, hunt, fish, backpack, go for a Sunday drive, a walk in the park, or explore exotic destinations. Add our new patent-pending Tiny Survival card to your Tiny Survival Guide for a unique last-ditch toolkit that fits in your wallet. Fashioned from US-made hardened 302 stainless steel, the Tiny Survival Card contains 17 hard-to-improvise tools, including a mini spear point knife, an arrowhead, 3 needles, a finger drill, 6 fishing hooks, tweezers, a fully functional fine and medium saw, a button lure, and 2 micro harpoons. The Tiny Survival tool travels on a magnetic base, so you can use a tool and then replace it on the magnet for storage, making it easy to pre-sharpen the knife and place it back on the magnet ready for use. As you can see, the Tiny Survival Guide is much more than just another survival guide. It's a compact, everyday carry, credit card-sized life insurance policy in your pocket. This is the Tiny Survival Guide. Be sure to get in on our early bird specials and volume discounts. And know that 10% of the profit from this project goes to veteran, first responder, and disaster relief charities to say thank you to those who put themselves in harm's way to keep us all safe and free.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to get the Tiny Survival Guide and card into your hands and into the hands of millions of folks around the globe who want to be better prepared for their next emergency, crisis, or disaster. But I need your help. When you support this project, you'll get some unique everyday carry survival gear and help to fund our first large production run. So please share this video and campaign with your friends and family on social media, and check out our early bird packages and bulk discounts on Kickstarter. For your convenience, I've placed links in the video description. Thank you for your kind encouragement and support. And remember, be prepared, because you never know.
Okay, I have one more. One more. Where is it? And this one is a website. And this is, you know what? I am going to put this in the chat. Give me just a second. So this goes, what this says here, Tiny Survival User Guides, Tips, Tricks, Training. And when you go to this website, there are all these videos. To check out. The 5 weapons you always carry, how to stop the threat, self-defense tips. So just come and check out the videos on here. And then you're able to explore all of the guides that they have. The survival card, the guide, the self-defense. I think these are pretty cool. And there's just so much information on that Tiny Survival Guide. It is so amazing. It has first aid on there, everything that you'll need, like we said, to be able to handle yourself in an emergency situation. So let me drop this in here. All right, let me get caught up on what you all are saying here. Does my little radio have a solar panel? It does not. It does not. What did you call that radio in my hand? It is a portable pocket shortwave radio. Portable pocket shortwave radio. And oh, I should have uploaded the, it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon, and I'll send you the info if you want to check it out and get more information on it. So yeah, let's see what else was said here. No solar panel, no. If you wear glasses or contacts, an extra pair of glasses in your pack is also a must-have. And that's, yes, I put my extra in my go bag, but great idea as well. And then you said this is a great idea for pre-rim gift. Which one? Oh, the tiny survival guide. Yes, it is. It really is. I bought plenty of these when I first came across them. I made sure that my son had one, my daughter had one. I gave some away when I was in California as well. But yes, these are must-have. So I carry these in my first aid bag. All right. Awesome. Sister Kita said the water, that would be great. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, every little bit counts. And what I love about these is that, like they said, it's tiny. And usually you would need a whole book to get all of the information that's in here. But this was so smart how they did this. It's so smart. There's skills in here. There's 5 mental tips to conquer crisis. 97 essential survival skills. 19 key tactics survivors use. Gear. 34 emergency items you need. 10 self-defense tips inside. So, and it's designed for everyday carry. So, yeah, you can't go wrong with this. And they sell these on Amazon as well. The Tiny Survival Guide. Just go on Amazon and look up Tiny Survival Guide. And you can purchase them on there. So
the Tiny Survival Guide is a treasure chest.
I don't want to replay that. So I think we've come to the close of this episode. Episode 2 of Woman, Wilderness, and Wisdom. Woman, Wilderness, and Wisdom. So remember this, packing for a wilderness emergency is not about expecting the worst. It is about respecting the reality that unexpected things can happen and choosing to be ready. And I think these tips tonight, we're on our way to be, to being really ready. So a few small items can help protect the body. A few wise choices can help preserve your energy, and little preparation can keep fear from taking over. See, once we know that we have things in order and we know how to use the things that we have, the items that we have, the gear that we have, the equipment that we have, once we know that we know how to use them, a lot of that fear and anxiety is relieved. So preparedness gives you options. Preparedness supports calm. It allows you to be more calm, and preparedness can save lives. And that's the goal, is to save lives, our lives and others. Because if you're panicking, you put others in danger, right? Because now they have to deal with your, whatever it is that you're dealing with, your panic, your for lack of a better term, mania, whatever it may be. rather than being able to focus on how to navigate through whatever this issue is. Sister Ahab Karaz says, sis, I appreciate you so much. Oh, Thawada says, all praises to the Most High. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all for being here. And I love what I do. I love this. I love this. So thank Thawada to you all for being here with me. You know, it wouldn't be as much fun sitting here talking to myself. So, so this was Woman, Wilderness, and Wisdom, episode 2, where preparedness, discernment, and practical knowledge come together to help women move through the outdoors with greater confidence and care. In our next episode, we're going to talk about shelter, water, and fire. Shelter, water, and fire. Your first priorities in a survival situation, and how to think clearly when immediate need becomes urgent. So next week, we're going to be talking about shelter, water, and fire. These are the first priorities in a survival situation. And once again, we're going to have loads of fun doing that. Come prepared, sisters. Come prepared. So this channel is not monetized, but if you find the information that is presented on this channel to be useful and valuable to you, please feel free to give a donation to the cause. Nothing is too small or large. Shebrew Royalty LLC and Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty are labors of love and appreciation. What I present on this channel and create and offer on ShebrewRoyalty.com comes from a place of love, care, and appreciation for each and every one of you, for myself, and most importantly, for the Most High, who has allowed me and granted me this opportunity to do what I do. And it's only because of him why I'm able to do this. So all praise, honor, and glory be to the Most High God, AHAYAH, BaHaShem YASHAYA, RAWACH, QADASH. So we appreciate any gift that the Most High puts on your heart to donate. Donations may be sent to $Shebrew Royalty on Cash App. Please be sure to specify donation as the purpose for the transaction. Thank you, Thawada in advance for your generosity. I appreciate you. And once again, the best way to support us is by visiting ShebrewRoyalty.com and purchasing one of our all-organic skincare products from either our Temple Treasures collection, made specifically for the queens, or for our Hebrew Royalty collection, specifically crafted for our kings. And don't forget our Royalties collection as well. If you haven't experienced our products, please check out our reviews page on ShebrewRoyalty.com and check out what customers are saying. Oh, Sister Diane says, I feel that love. Oh, praises. Virtual hug, y'all. Virtual hug. Great episode, Sister Thawada. Thawada says, all praises. All praises to the Most High. And Thawada for all your input. Thawada. Yay, we make a great team. We make a great team. So let's continue to grow this channel so that the information can reach Shebrews throughout the 4 corners of the earth. And even those that are not Shebrews but are willing to be a part of our community. We are to let our light shine so that others can be led to the source of the light. Aww. Thawada says, Sister Belinda. So once again, Thawada, thank you for your continued love and support. I love you all so much and always appreciate you taking time out of your very, very busy schedules, because we do. We have some busy schedules. I know. I know. And I don't even work like that. You know what I'm saying? Many of you have to go to your 9 to 5 or your 8 to whatever job that you do, and then we still have all of these other things that we have to take care of. So I really appreciate you all, taking time out to be here with me on the first day of the week, starting your week this way and getting prepared for your long week ahead. So if this episode spoke to your heart, share it with another woman who needs to see this and needs to start preparing for what is to come. Know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for us. So until the Most High brings us back together again, may you prosper and be in excellent health. And remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. So, beloved, I thank you all for joining me on another healing moment on Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty. Until next time, stay aware, stay prepared, and walk in wisdom. I'm your hostess, YASHAYA, a voice of reason and justice. And as always, this is Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty. Shalom and many blessings. And have a blessed night and a blessed week, sisters. AHAYAH, I love y'all. Shalawam. And I'll see you, if it's the Most High will, next week. Same tea time, same tea channel. Shalawam. AHAYAH.